And, you know, I don't pay attention to much LP stuff
Sure.
anymore. Not like the intricacies like we used to.
Right.
But then I saw the MC's endorsement list. I didn't know that Rob was running for at large.
Yeah, Rob's running. Josh is running for VC, so we've got 2 swamp members.
I knew that.
I got 2 swamp guys running for stuff. Yeah, he's running. We'll see what happens.
We'll see how it goes. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. I'm curious. Yeah, I know that Rob wants to do it, and I know he's gonna try to do a good job, he says. But I don't know if it's a situation where they don't have anybody else to run, and so Rob's doing it, or if Rob really wants to do it. About it. Yeah. I don't know. That's a conversation we'll have to have. I'm interested. You and I are not going to DC. But I know Mitch and Rob and Josh and all them are, so we're definitely going to do a recap show after they get back. So that'll be good. And I think that one is scheduled to be a Josh show. So we'll let him run the show and take us through the days and what happened and get all the highlights. And I don't know, we'll see what happens.
I mean, DC is certainly turning into a very interesting event, to say the least. You know, it went from being just like, it's just going to be another LP convention. Huzzah, and now it's gonna be like, oh shit.
Yep, Pat will
a lot of fucking shit is going to be going down at this thing. It's gonna be interesting.
It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Because it's like, if you would have heard this 6 months ago that Trump, Vivek, and RFK were all gonna be there, you might have been more inclined to go. And now it's 2 weeks out and we find out.
Yeah, no, I probably was never going to go because it's in fucking DC.
Right, super expensive.
But then again, I have friends that live in Alexandria, so I probably could have stayed with them instead of having to spend all that money on the hotel. But even still, it's like,
I feel like if they would have announced it sooner, people would have made other arrangements. Because there was a point in time where we were looking at the possibility of renting out like a mini mansion or whatever. And it wasn't like super unaffordable, but you needed like 20, 30 people to make it happen. And so it was like,
you needed fucking 30 people living in a mansion right outside of fucking DC to make it work and make it feasible.
But that's the thing, right? Is like we could have done that if there was a reason to go. And that
get a place like you did at the Florida Freedom Fest.
Do something like that. Like just go get an Airbnb or whatever. Like, I don't know. There were options. We looked at getting a bus and doing all this kind of stuff, but there was nothing exciting that was going on after Dave dropped out. There was nothing exciting, and now all the excitement comes 2 weeks before, and now you can't fucking plan anything. So
it is what it is, but it'll be fun, and hope they have fun. Hope everything works out for them.
Yeah, I'll be watching. I won't be attending, but I'll be watching. Could have had an LPF house. Yeah, I would like to have a house with about half of those people. Joey wants to know if you're all in for Lars.
No,
you're not all in for Lars.
No. I don't care about how many fisting jokes we're going to make and how I can, not in good conscience at all, support that joke of a fucking person known as Lars Mapstead or however you fucking pronounce his name. I mean, before we get into this Biden thing,
sure,
I said it in the chat. I think he is the model or the epitome of everything that's wrong with the LP.
Lars Mapstead?
Everything.
You think he's worse than Chase Oliver?
Yes.
Okay.
He's worse than Chase Oliver.
Make your case.
He has, and it's kind of a dick thing. But it just shows that you have people in the LP and people who are libertarians that have tons of money.
Right.
That they're willing to spend on campaigns, but only on campaigns that are vanity projects that are meant to put them in a position of prevalence in the party. How much more could this fucker do if he were donating this money to the party itself?
Sure.
Or just local candidates. Because we see with Soros and all these other people, the power of money in local politics. And he could be dumping hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is nothing to him, into local candidates to get libertarians actually elected to local positions where they could actually make changes. But no, he's going to run a fucking vanity campaign to become president, the presidential candidate for the LP. And if he were to become that, he'll get like 0.5% vote in the fucking nation because no one knows who
he says he's going to get 5%. He's going to flip states and all kinds of shit.
Like I said, he is everything that is wrong with the LP. either he really believes that and he's retarded, or he's just a fucking snake oil salesman. Well, and he probably is a little bit of both.
I will say that Rob and Mitch have both been talking to somebody in his campaign. I don't know who the fuck it is. Been talking to somebody about getting him to come on to the swamp. So if he comes here, you want to talk to him?
I'll tell him to his fucking face that he's a snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I think his strategy's bullshit. I mean, I
haven't seen a single strategy. What strategy?
His strategy
Tell people you made adult friend finder and that that everyone jerks off to your material and that's why they should vote for you.
No, it's something like he wants to dump all of his money into a state that he thinks he can flip. I can't remember if it was Michigan or Maine or some bullshit, but he wants to flip a state. And the idea is that if you flip this one state yellow on the map, they're going to be talking about the Electoral College and how everything went. But what's that yellow dot up there? What's that? Oh, that's libertarianism. And now everybody's mind is open to what libertarianism is. That I've just summarized it and making fun of it a little bit, but that's basically the strategy.
Maybe if Dave Smith was running and he tried to
think his strategy is sound, it's just the wrong spokesperson?
I mean, there could be some validity to his strategy, but yes, the messenger is completely off. No one knows who the fuck he is, and no one's going to vote for this dweeby guy in his fucking ponytail.
Yeah.
No one's going to vote for him, no matter how much fucking money he dumps into his campaign. Now, if someone let's just say for argument's sake, and I saw that there was a letter released by a lot of people, like state chairmen and everything, including Josh, that wanted RFK to secure the LP nomination.
I saw that, yeah.
And to seek the LP nomination. So say and I agree, he's not a fucking libertarian,
right?
And he's the furthest thing from. But say if you got RFK Jr. or you had Dave or something, and you dumped tens of millions of dollars into say New Hampshire to try and flip New Hampshire gold. It's not the worst strategy in the world, but there's still no chance it's going to fucking happen. They could spend $100 million trying to flip a state, and it's not going to flip gold. Right. It's not going to happen, especially not this year. Well, the two people that are running are going to suck every bit of energy and every bit of fucking votes out of this campaign. This is possibly the worst year for an LP candidate to try and do something like that, because no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, it's so polarized. Yeah,
it is. It's so polarized. 2016 may have been the time to do that, and maybe a few years down the road there might be time to. But this year, no. There's no chance that he's going to flip a state.
Yeah,
he might be able to. I mean, maybe by some chance he could maybe flip one, Maine and Nebraska to have the one little congressional district.
Right.
Maybe you can flip a congressional district,
but not a state.
In Maine. In that kind of state, but even still, those are the blue states. Those are the blue parts of red states that they're going to try and flip. So no, it's
people that basically don't have a chance at winning. They just want a protest vote, and so they're going to pick some other oddball candidate. Yeah, I think you got some validity there. I don't know. I don't think the strategy is sound at all. I don't care who's doing it, because if you look at Bloomberg's campaign from 2020, right? Yeah, Bloomberg's campaign, he dumped millions of dollars in
$300 million into his campaign,
and he wasn't even trying to be the president. He was trying to get the nomination for the Democratic Party, and he still couldn't do it. He still couldn't. No. He wasn't even a blip on the radar. So to try to go against the big two, trying to do something like that, I think you hit it on the nail on the head, especially Kelly's comment here, local. That's where he should be putting his money. And like you said too, I kind of wish he was a better spokesperson, a better representation of the ideals, but what are you going to do?
And no, of course, but it's yes, local is the way, and that's where money can make a difference.
Right.
That's my argument against Mike Tremont. Mike Tremont's another one. Mm-hmm. I've met Mike many times. I've had good conversations with Mike, but he is another person who is just delusional. He's a delusional man. So he would have been a great person to run for sheriff in Broward County or some other county here in Florida or wherever the fuck he moved to. That would have been a really good thing for him to do, and for people to dump money in there to try and elect him as sheriff. But no, he wants to run for fucking president.
Right.
I mean, if he wants to actually run for a bigger thing, he should run as a Republican in one of these states for Congress or something like that.
Well, he did run that. He did run as a Libertarian in Broward County. And
as for Congress.
And got his ass handed to him, is what I was
going to
say.
Yeah, that's what I said. Because, I mean, you're not going to get people to vote for Libertarians on the statewide or nationwide, in those contests, unless they see them in the local sphere making a difference. So, you can get a mayor, you can get a city manager, you can get a sheriff, or something like that. And then when people see how that works out, then maybe you can start moving up and trying to do state representatives, state senators. And then when those are successful, you move your way up. But to try and like, oh, well, I'm going to go gung-ho and I'm going to run for president. I'm going to try and flip a state. Are you fucking high?
I don't know that.
You are high. It's not going to happen.
I think it's a bigger problem. I don't even know that any amount of money can. How much money do you need to turn 395 votes into 45,000 to win this election? Like, I don't know. I don't know that any amount of money can do that. If I'm being honest.
and that's the thing, man, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, like this was always a problem. Like when the whole like MC takeover thing kind of like started, was that like all these fucking people are delusional. The strategies should be local, and you have a good figurehead to run for president that can actually maybe, you know, articulate the message and articulate the vision.
Right.
But we don't have that. We don't have someone that can articulate the vision. And the person that doesn't. That's why I take fucking Josh and Toad more seriously than these other fucking people. I mean, I love Josh.
Right.
And I love Toad, who is also named Josh. But Toad knows what he's fucking doing. He knows it's a joke. Yep. These other people don't know they were a joke. That's why, like, I was joking around saying I was going to run for fucking president.
I remember seeing
in the LP. Yeah. You remember me saying that? And that's when, like, I was going to get on the fucking Josie's
redhead
shit with Toad and all these other people and do a debate, and then Chase, Lars, and all these other people backed out because they said we were jokes and they wouldn't share a fucking stage with us because we're jokes. This is what Josie told me in like personal conversation.
But you were gonna call them jokes. That was the whole.
I'm a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you're a fucking joke, and I'm gonna show you how much of a joke you are because me running as a joke is gonna do better than you, who thinks you're gonna do seriously. And that was like the whole thing behind that. And then when Toad actually filed, and then when Josh filed, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm not going to deal with this. Josh, you go with God and do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Because I support him. That if I was voting for a LP candidate right now, it would be Josh Smith. Okay. Mostly because
we're gonna talk about that later on because I have.
Sorry if I hijacked the show.
No, you're good, man. No, it's good to talk about it with people because I definitely wanted to talk about it. And I got more to say on it too, but I want to save it for later because there's a round robin that's going around on Twitter, and it ends in about 12 hours, so we can get our votes in for the swamp and see.
I already put that. Oh, for the poll.
The round robin where
I voted there already.
All right, we'll go through it together and we'll see who's got what advantages. But yeah, no, it's good stuff, man. I definitely want to talk some more about it. So here we go. Quick question before we get into the Biden stuff.
Yes.
What would you be willing to do to make a deal where Lars 100% funds the Free State of Florida project? Just the tip?
Maybe give him your wife, Joey.
Oh, no. Kelly's in the chat. What does she want? What do you think,
Kelly?
Kelly, going to take one for the team? Is that where we're at?
I mean, Lars looks like the kind of person who has to pay for it, so.
Hey, that's how he made his money. Don't knock the guy.
1 hour later.
Well, I know you got to go soon. Do you think we got time to go through this round robin?
Yeah, real quick. We can hit it.
All right, let's go to it because I think you and I will have an interesting conversation about this. And to all the boys of the swamp that are pissed that I'm doing this without them, fuck you guys because you didn't tell me till the day of that you weren't going to be here. So it's me and Duke doing it. All right, so first round of the round robin. So basically what he did was he put up 10 polls, putting each candidate head to head, each of the major candidates. There's some people that aren't in here that honestly don't deserve to be there. So, and that includes you, I'm sorry. But, so these were the candidates. So Josh Smith versus Mike Termott. I know you're going to say Josh.
Yes.
I kind of agree with you. What I want to kind of do is like go through each one and just say like why. So I think Mike to me comes off as like a plastic politician. He's got all of his lines well rehearsed. He knows what to say, and some of his answers are pretty good. Like I think his answer to the Aleppo thing is actually pretty good, but it's so well rehearsed that it comes off as fake, and he's not a genuine candidate in my view. And like you said, he's kind of wasting his talent everywhere. Josh knows what he's doing. Josh isn't trying to get 5. I don't know if he says he's going to get 5% or whatever, because I think a lot of them.
I've heard him say some shit, but Josh is a bombastic individual.
Right.
He is.
MTM glows.
He's charismatic.
Yeah.
He knows the game.
Yeah.
And I know Josh. I've met Josh on several occasions. I'm friendly with Josh, and so I'm going to go with Josh over Mike Termott.
Yeah.
Mike Termott is better as an advisor if he's going to be in this kind of role, because he does have some decent ideas, but no, he's not going to inspire anyone to vote for him.
Right. I think Josh will like take that hardcore messaging that we like, that you and I like so much. I think he'll definitely take that and run with it. So it's nice to see that Josh beat out Mike Termott. It gives me hope. All right. So Mike Termott versus Chase. I got to go Mike. I can't go Chase for anything. I just can't.
No. I go Mike Termott simply because, yes, I think he actually has decent ideas, and his whole like the Gold New Deal or whatever he's trying to push, that kind of stuff.
Very cheesy, but it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good on monetary policy and all that kind of stuff. I just can't get behind Chase because I don't think someone running their campaign out of their mother's basement is something that's, because that was like something that they like pushed when he was running for Senate. And it's like, oh, he's running it out of his mother's basement. It's like, well, he's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's running around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running around. He's doing all these things. He's still too freaking lefty on the gay trans stuff. Like he's like, oh, armed queers are harder to oppress. It's like, yeah, I want everyone to have guns. Yeah. But shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Give the trannies guns, but like, don't then say like, okay, there's nothing wrong with Drag Queen Story Hour. Like, there definitely is. You shouldn't be fucking doing that. And we talked about that on the show a couple episodes ago. Bill Maher laid that out pretty flatly. So yeah, no, I think Mike Termott's definitely the better of those two. Lars Mapstead versus Mike Termott. I'm still going Mike. Yeah, I'm still going Mike. Yeah. I think Lars is a phony campaign from the get. I think we go all in for Lars around here, but that's just the joke, because at the end of the day, really, I don't think he's a real candidate. I think like he's doing the Bloomberg approach. Can he buy the LP? I said before, if Vermin Supreme ever won the actual Libertarian Party presidential nomination, that is the day the Libertarian Party dies, because it gave up on whatever it was trying to accomplish, recognized it was a joke, and threw everything in the trash. I say the same thing about the Lars Mapstead campaign. The day that Lars Mapstead wins is the day that the Libertarian Party dies, because it proves that the Libertarian vote can be bought. I don't think it can be bought. I don't think he has a chance in hell of winning, but that's what his campaign represents to me. And so I don't think that's good. Michael Rechtenwald versus Josh Smith. This is a good one. Josh. You're still voting Josh.
Still voting Josh. Rechtenwald is about as charismatic as a wet paper bag.
Okay.
And he might be good on everything now. I cannot vote for a former communist.
Okay. I'm going to push the button and see what it says. Oh, shit. I did not expect that, like such a big gap. I actually think Rechtenwald probably has the strongest chance to win at convention, but I think that has a lot more to do with who's going to actually show up. I think like Josh definitely has a lot more online support, and I think this poll is another indication of that.
I mean, do you want me to wait to the very end to let me tell you who I think is actually going to win?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. All right, Chase Oliver, Rechtenwald. Got to be Rechtenwald, right?
Rechtenwald. Yeah.
We're just gonna skip Lars and Chase. That's a good fight. You're gonna say Chase. Why do you pick Chase over Lars?
Because I told you I think Lars is everything that's wrong with the LP, and he's a complete and fucking joke.
Okay, so because what I've been hearing is that when Lars gets knocked out, not if, when Lars gets knocked out, his support goes to Chase, whatever that's worth. And that's going
to tie into what I say at the end.
Okay, good. Josh Smith versus Lars. I'm definitely going Josh. 1,000,000%. This should be like 99-1. Michael Rechtenwald versus Mike Termott.
Rechtenwald.
You're picking Rechtenwald over Termott. Why is that? Oh, it's the opposite. Oh, this is the first time we're against the storm.
Yeah, because I respect a lot of the people that are backing him.
Okay.
And he does. He does say, I mean, he is a former commie. I know I just said I would not vote for a former commie or Marxist or whatever he was, but
you'd vote for a former commie over a cop. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Former commie over a COVID cop.
I think this one's really tough because
it is a hard one. But my gut just felt like I could have gone either way with it, but just I went with the first thing that came out of my mouth, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was Rechtenwald.
Yeah, I think there's more, like you said, there's a lot more people that I respect that are supporting Rechtenwald than are supporting Mike Termott. That's nothing to say bad against Mike.
Yeah.
Like you said, great conversation, great guy. I don't know. That one's a really tough one. Chase versus Josh, definitely Josh. Not even close. How is this one closer than Lars and Matt? Okay, next. Lars versus Rechtenwald. You're going to say Rechtenwald. I'm going to say Rechtenwald. 69.9. Love it. Glad we got it in there just in time. Okay, that's it. Sharon, let the most candidate win. So I guess going back to the original question, who do we think is going to win at the end?
Chase Oliver is going to win.
What?
I will put money on it right now that Chase Oliver is going to
Oh
win.
my
Because
gosh. I'm betting you money.
it is ranked choice voting.
No shit. Wait, who said that?
It's ranked choice voting. You didn't know that?
No, hold on. Ranked choice voting. I'm looking it up right now. Where did you hear
Yeah, the vote for LP presidential candidate is ranked choice voting. And there's so many people that are not going to vote for Josh and Michael Reckenwald as on their ballot at all. So many of these people that are going to be voting for Lars and all these other people, Mike Tremont, they're going to have Chase on their ballot. And the people that have Chase on their ballot will not have Josh or Reckenwald on their ballot. Where
did you hear this? This is the first time I'm ever hearing this. Legit.
I could be wrong.
I think you're wrong.
I'm 99% positive that the vote for that's why Joe Jorgensen won, because it was fucking ranked choice voting.
She did not win on ranked choice voting. Is this true?
She did.
Somebody in the fucking no way. It's laid out in the bylaws. Basically that they have to go, it's like only like the first if you don't get 5% or whatever, you fall off the ballot or whatever. And it just goes like that until it's like 5% or the last place person falls off, and that's how you have your rounds of voting.
That's called ranked choice voting.
But it's not. It's not the same.
It's very similar.
It's very similar, but
when
you say ranked choice voting,
they're going to keep doing rounds until they get to someone, until people fall off.
Whoa.
The people that are going to be voting for a lot of these other candidates are not going to vote for Josh.
So you're saying by the time they get to the second, third, fourth round? Because when you say ranked choice voting, what I'm envisioning is one single ballot. You rank all of your choices, and then they put it in the machine, and it gives you the answer. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm not saying the word
right.
properly, but they go multiple rounds, and people keep falling off. And eventually, I'm envisioning.
How do you think that happens? Like, okay, like let's say round one, who falls off first? I'm taking out all the meme candidates for sure. Who do you think makes the 5% threshold? Let's start there.
The people that are going to make the 5% threshold on the first voter will be the big names.
Yeah.
Josh, Lars, Rechtenwald, and Mike Tremont. Those five.
No Hornberger. He's out.
I don't think Hornberger will make it.
I think you're right on that. I don't think he's going to make that.
No. Toad, unfortunately, probably will not.
Yep. Okay, so those five make it. Who falls first?
Tremont.
You think Tremont falls before Lars? Okay. Well, that's crazy.
Because he's got the money. He's got the money. Then he was going to fall, like you said, everyone that's going to vote for Lars.
Well, you said Mike falls first, but
Mike falls first.
So
I think people that are going to vote for Mike are going to vote for Chase over Josh and.
Whoa! You're throwing me for a loop all night tonight. I don't know, because the people that I know that are supporting Mike Tremont right now, these are Mises and former Mises people. I don't see how they vote for Chase.
I think Josh burned a lot of bridges by jumping in this thing with the Mises caucus crowd.
Okay.
And
so why wouldn't they go for Rechtenwald? Why would they go for Chase? That seems like the opposite.
Because Chase is going to have so much other support. He's going to have all the other support.
So you think Lars is going to drop next, is where you're going with this. After Mike Tremont drops out,
Lars.
You've got Chase, Josh, Lars, and I'm missing somebody. Rechtenwald. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So Lars drops next, and Lars goes to Chase, right? We're on the same page on
everyone that votes for Lars is going to go to Chase.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think
and then one of those three is going to fall on.
All right. So now
I think it'll probably come down to Rec and Chase, and I think Chase is going to win it.
So Josh falls next.
Probably.
Why did people that? But if Josh makes it that far and he's a like third, fourth place candidate, why do all those people go to Chase? That doesn't make sense to me.
I have a gut feeling, man. I don't know. I might be completely wrong. I probably am completely wrong.
You said you're gonna put money on it. I'm willing to put money.
I'll put money on it. I'll put $50 on that Chase Oliver is gonna be the fucking nominee.
Right, I got you. 50. I'm going 50 on Rechtenwald. So you got Chase. I got Rechtenwald. That's where our money's at. Money where the mouth is. Okay.
I do not think.
Yeah.
I do not think the MC has as much power as they did in the last.
I agree with that. I agree 100%. I just don't think that. I think
that Angela is going to eke by.
What?
I think she's going to eke by.
I don't think that's close at all, dude. I think she kills it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just maybe because I haven't been around the party the last year.
Yeah.
You know, because I was at last year's convention. I wasn't at this.
Who's going to beat her? Who's going to eke her by?
No, I don't know. I think there's just going to be a lot of people that are going to be protest votes.
Maybe.
Especially because of the Trump thing. I think the Trump thing is going to hurt her a lot.
Okay. That's an interesting point. Yes. Because there's a lot of people that are upset about that. The Libertarians in the hall. We made fun of them.
And a lot of people.
Yeah.
There are people that you would not expect to be like a lot of people at the Libertarian Institute are pissed off about it.
Right.
Freaking there's a lot of people that you would not expect to be pissed off about it.
Yeah, I know.
Especially a lot of MC people. There are a lot of MC people that have bid.
I know the answer to this, but I would put it up anyway.
I mean, the only person I know that's running is Clinton. I think Clinton's going to win it.
I think so too. Well, okay, Larry Sharp's running as well, but he's running as Lars's VP.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once Lars loses, I think Larry drops out.
I think Clint has it.
Yeah,
probably. He's got the biggest platform. He doesn't have really any enemies in the party.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising. All the shit he says on Tower Gang.
Josh has too many enemies.
Yeah, he's pissed a lot of people off for sure.
Yeah. And I love Josh, but he's got too many enemies.
Yeah.
And no, I fear that Chase is gonna squeeze it out somehow. He's gonna squeeze it out somehow, man. And it's
Wait,
all the people.
What happens when Josh fails and runs for VP? I don't think he's gonna do it.
He's not gonna do that.
I don't think he's gonna do that either.
I don't think he's gonna do that at all. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Me and you. Oh yeah, $50. I'll send it to your Cash App or Venmo or whatever. When I lose.
There's gonna be a show. So we do it every Tuesday. There's gonna be a show right after the convention is over, and so we'll revisit this and we'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna be Rec. You think it's gonna be Chase? Hey, if we're both wrong, then we'll do a shot together, I guess.
Sounds good, brother.
Yeah.